What up, yo? Welcome back. I'm Brittany Sunshyne. This is Seed, Soil, Water, where we gather for deeper roots and brighter blooms. Right now, we are going through this book, and let's get right into it. Does your mind control your body, or does your body control your mind? We don't know. Why is it so hard to change? Imagine that your mother loved to suffer, and through long observation, you unconsciously saw that this behavior pattern enabled her to get what she wanted in life. Let's also say that you've had a few tough experiences in your own life, which created a bit of suffering for you. These memories still elicit an emotional reaction centered around a specific person at a particular place at a certain time in your life. You've thought about the past often enough, and somehow those memories are easy to recall, even automatic. Now imagine that for more than 20 years, you've practiced thinking and feeling and feeling and thinking about suffering. Actually, you no longer even need to think about the past event to create the feeling. You can't seem to think or act any other way than how you always feel. You've memorized suffering by your recurrent thoughts and feelings, those related to that incident, as well as other events in your life. Your thoughts about yourself and your life tend to be colored by feelings of victimization and self-pity. Not here, right? No, 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 no. We are not a victim. Repeating the same thoughts and feelings that you've courted for more than 20 years has conditioned your body to remember the feeling of suffering without much conscious thought. This seems so natural and normal now. It's who you are. Anytime you try and change anything about yourself, it's like the road turns back on you and you're right back to your old self. What most people don't know is that when they think about a highly charged emotional experience, they make the brain fire in the exact sequences and patterns as before. They are firing and wiring their brains to the past by reinforcing those circuits into ever more hardwired networks. They also duplicate the same chemicals in the brain and body in varying degrees, as if they were experiencing the event again in that moment. Those chemicals begin to train the body to further memorize that emotion. Both the chemical results of thinking and feeling and thinking, as well as the neurons firing and wiring together, condition the mind and body into a finite set of automatic programs. Make it stop. We are capable of reliving a past event over and over, perhaps thousands of times in one lifetime. Hence, why are we showing our little kids in Disney movies like really epically tragic scenes? And then we watch it over and over again. No wonder our generation is full of anxiety and grief and trauma because we freaking grew up watching Bambi's mom get murked. Like, we shouldn't be watching that. We should not be having little children go through those emotionally charged, tragic, horribly upsetting. There's enough shit that's going to happen in real life. We don't need to be fucking traumatizing our children. Can we just all take a stand and stop doing that? Okay. Okay. Pull out of it, Brittany. Pull out of it. We are capable of reliving a past event over and over again, perhaps thousands of times in one lifetime. It is the unconscious repetition that trains the body to remember that emotional state, equal to or better than the conscious mind does. When the body remembers better than the conscious mind, that is when the body is the mind, and that's called a habit. Psychologists tell us that by the time we're in our mid-30s, our identity or personality will be completely formed. This means that for those of us over 35, no mentioning of names, we have memorized a select set of behaviors, attitudes, beliefs, emotional reactions, habits, skills, associative memories, conditioned responses, and perceptions that are now subconsciously programmed within us. Those programs are running us because the body has become the mind. Not today. This means that we will think the same thought, feel the same feelings, react in identical ways, behave in the same manner, believe the same dogmas, no, and perceive reality the same ways. About 95% of who we are by midlife is a series of subconscious programs that have become automatic, driving cars, brushing teeth, overeating when we're stressed, worrying about the future, judging friends, complaining about lives, blaming our parents, not believing in ourselves, and insisting on being chronically unhappy, just to name a few. That's not our crew, though, huh? We are not like that. Often we only appear to be awake, or at least you're trying. That's something. Since the body becomes the subconscious mind, it's easy to see that in situations when the body becomes the mind, the conscious mind no longer has much to do with our behavior. The instant we have a thought, feeling, or reaction, the body runs into automatic pilot and we go unconscious. And we're like, yes, you handle this, body. Send the stress hormones, drown me in fear and hatred. Take, for example, a mother driving a minivan to drop her kids off at school. How is she able to navigate traffic, break up arguments, drink her coffee, shift gears, and help her son blow his nose all at once? Oh, we do that. Mommies know how to do all the shit. Much like a computer program, these actions have become automatic functions that can run very fluidly and easily. Mom's body is skillfully doing everything it has memorized how to do all these deeds through much repetition. She no longer has any conscious thought about how she does them. They are habitual. Think about that 5% of the mind is conscious, struggling against the 95% that is running, subconscious automatic programs. So 5% of us is like conscious, aware, doing the thing, knows what it's doing, intentionally thinking, making choices, while 95% is mostly just like subconscious automatic responses or automatic programs, like keep just making life continue. We've memorized a set of behaviors so well that we have become an automatic habitual body mind. In fact, when the body has memorized a thought, action, or feeling to the extent that the body is the mind, when mind and body are one, we are in a state of being the memory of ourselves. And if 95% of who we are by age 35 is a set of involuntary programs, memorized behaviors, and habitual emotional reactions, it would follow that 95% of our day we are unconscious. We only appear to be awake. Yikes. And we're surrounded, yo. We're surrounded by people that are all just robots, half asleep. So a person may consciously want to be happy and healthy and free, but the experience of hosting 20 years of suffering and the repeated cycling of those chemicals of pain and pity and have subconsciously conditioned the body to be a habitual state. We live by habit when we're no longer aware of what we're thinking, doing, or feeling. We become unconscious. And I was really vulnerable in a video earlier in this series, and this is why I'm here, because like there are still things that like legit upset me, and it's not old news. It's important, like very real life stuff, you know? And dang, who called me? So anyway, I am here hoping to figure out how to work with that information because it's not change. It's not just gonna like go away. But I also do not want to live like this person he's describing, drowning in self-pity or resentment for the rest of my life because something happened, because somebody is an idiot. When the body is running the show, here are some practical illustrations of the body being in a habitual state. Have you ever been unable to consciously remember a phone number? Try as you may, you can't even recall 3 digits out of the string of numbers. But when you pick up the phone, you see the numbers, your fingers know what to dial. Your conscious thinking brain can't remember the number, but you've practiced this action so many times with your fingers that your body now knows and remembers better than your brain. Okay? Similar, like same thing as doing a pin on the ATM machine. Similarly, I can recall times when I worked out at a gym and it had a locker with a combination lock. But when he wouldn't know the number, but then when he'd get there, his fingers knew what to do. Okay. 95% of who we are by age 35 sits in the same subconscious memory system in which the body automatically runs a programmed set of behaviors, emotional reactions. In other words, the body is running the show when the servant becomes the master. In truth, the body is the servant of the mind. It follows that if the body has become the mind, the servant has become the master, and the former master, which is supposed to be the conscious mind, has gone to sleep. The mind might think it's still in charge, but the body is influencing decisions equal to its memorized emotions. Now, let's say that when the mind wants to get back in control, what do you think the body is going to say? Where have you been? Go back to sleep. I've got it together here. You don't have the will, the persistence, the awareness to do what I've been doing all this time while you were unconsciously following my orders. I even modified my receptor sites over the years in order to serve you better. You thought you were running things while I have been influencing you all along, urging you to make all your decisions equal to what feels right and familiar. How many times have we heard somebody be like, that doesn't feel right to me? It's like, what, according to all of your trauma and your wounding that's unhealed? Yeah, it probably doesn't feel right. And when the 5% that is conscious is going against 95% that is running subconscious, automatic programs, the 95% is so reflexive that it only takes one stray thought or a single stimulus from the environment to turn on the automatic program again. Then we're back to that same old, thinking the same thoughts, performing the same actions, but expecting something different to happen in our lives. Are you still with me? Pay attention. When we try to regain control, this is when the body signals the brain to begin talking us out of our conscious goals. Our internal chatter comes up with a battery of reasons why we should not attempt to do anything out of the ordinary. Do not break out of the habituated state of being that we're used to. It will pick up all of our weaknesses, which it knows and fosters, and hurl them at us one by one. You can't do it. You're not strong enough. You're too weak. What about money? What about time? What about this? What about scarcity? We create worst case scenarios in our minds so that we don't have to rise above those familiar feelings, because when we try to break the internal chemical order we have made so second nature, the body goes into chaos. Its eternal internal badgering feels nearly irresistible, and plenty of times we succumb. So what do? We enter into the subconscious and change that ish. We reprogram. The subconscious mind only knows what you have programmed it to do. Have you ever been typing along on your laptop and all of a sudden your computer starts running automatic programs that you have no control over? When you try to use the conscious mind to stop the automatic subconscious programs stored in your body, it's like yelling at a computer that's gone rogue. With several programs running while windows are popping up and showing more than you can handle. Hey, wait, stop. The computer isn't even going to register that. It's going to keep doing what it does until there's some sort of intervention, until you get into the operating system and change some settings. Yes. Shout out to my therapist, because we do this shit. In this book, you will learn how to get into the subconscious and reprogram it with a new set of strategies. In effect, you have to unlearn or unwire your old thinking and feeling patterns, and then relearn or rewire your brain with new patterns of thinking and feeling based on who you want to be instead. When you condition the body with a new mind, the two can no longer work in opposition, but must be in harmony. This is the point of change or self-creation. Shout out to our sister channel. This is SeedSoilWater, SeedSoilWater Spa. It's an audio spa to go and have experiences to reprogram your subconscious mind to visualize a new future. And if you just want the freebie version, then please support the channel by subscribing and sharing and saving and commenting. Save to playlist. Remember to come back every morning or every evening or both. If you're really serious and you're like, no, I really want to get in there and like reprogram my mind, I'm devoted to putting hours into this. Go to SeedSoilWater.today, click on the Mindset Rejuvenation Collection. I have strategically created a collection of meditations and guided visualizations for the sake of uprooting the old, tending to the soil of the mind, and planting the new seeds that we want to be the future. It has exercises and visualizations and audio, beautiful immersions to bring about the future reality that you want to see come through. So go check it out. Invest in your life, invest in yourself, invest in your future. Yo, this is it. Let's make it good, okay? Put in the work, put in the money, put in the time, put in the heart, and do it. Okay. In this book, you will learn how to get into the subconscious, reprogram it with a new set of strategies. In effect, you have to unlearn, unwire your old thinking and feeling patterns, and then relearn, rewire your brain with new patterns of thinking, feeling based on who you want to be. Instead, when you condition the body with a new mind, the two can no longer work in opposition, but must be in harmony. This is the point of change or self-recreation. Okay. I'm going to stop that one here. We're going to get into the next one. Be blessed, be well, be free. Save the playlist, subscribe, comment below. I'm here for this. And come back and commit to yourself. Don't get lost in just the distraction of all of those automatic programs. They're going to take over as soon as you stand up from this. Catch yourself. Set alarms. Interrupt your day. Interrupt your own distraction of yourself distracting yourself. Commit to when you're going to do this, set an alarm, add it to your calendar, and get in this work and stay in it. Be blessed, be well, be free.